Good afternoon. You're all here today for a first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of release that will be imposed upon you. Try to stay awake for this. There's some important stuff here. If you can't stay awake, the deputies at the jail will tell you to stand up. You're entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you this morning. If you are also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or new counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call, please let me know and make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Very good. Put your hands down as I call your names. Please come forward. Ms. Selesky? Selesky, okay. Okay, she's on the drug court docket today, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You are here today for a felony domestic battery?
Yes, ma'am. And the alleged victim is here as well.
Okay. Find the paperwork here. All right. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I'm going to get a private attorney.
Okay, who are you going to get?
Peyton Hustle.
Okay. Okay, you haven't hired him yet, right?
No,
okay. Very good. State?
Obviously, she has the case that's currently in drug court, and there's also an adjudication for trespass, occupied structure, conveyance of Hernando County, 2018, battery conviction, 2016 out of Hernando, adjudication driving while license suspended, revoked, and paraphernalia, 2013 out of Jackson County, adjudication driving while license suspended, and cannabis, along with the withhold of paraphernalia, 2013 out of Jefferson County, adjudication shoplifting petty theft 2010 out of Lake County, and adjudication battery 2010 out of Citrus County. And there's also delinquencies, where there was also battery and drugs and petty theft and delinquency.
What is the case number for the case in drug court?
2018 CF 806.
Do you know anything about that? Is she near completion, or do you know where she is?
I don't know where she's at, Your Honor. I did speak with Attorney Assistant State Attorney Candace Preston, and that she is currently in drug court, so she was aware of this arrest, but I didn't.
Okay. How long have you been in drug court for?
About 2 months, and I'm getting ready to phase up. I'm actually feeling good in drug court.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter that the victim is here and not trying to, he didn't even call the cops.
Yeah, we're not here for a trial today. We don't get into the facts of your case or anything like that. All we're here for is bond issues. And, I mean, technically there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you had your drug court case pending. So I can recommit you into the Hernando County Jail until you resolve all of your cases. I'm not going to do that. I'll leave that up to the drug court judge to see what they want. Don't say thank you, because who is it, Angelitis or Scaglione?
It's Angelitis.
He might decide this afternoon something different, and he has the final say. So I'm going to leave that up to him on whether he wants to recommit you on this.
Okay.
I have an address on Legend Street in Spring Hill.
Yes,
is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About 10 years now.
10 years?
Yes.
Okay, do you have a job?
Yes, I start tomorrow.
What kind of work?
Hungry House.
Thank you.
All right. All right, I'm going to order for right now, until you hear any differently, you're not going to have any contact with Mr. Norman. Don't have any contact with him whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. So don't call from the jail. If you're in jail, don't write any letters. Don't have anyone else contact him on your behalf. No messages back and forth.
Okay.
Until it may just be for a couple weeks, but right now, don't have any contact with them.
Is he allowed to still attend drug court? Because he's going to go and talk to Judge Angelitis as well.
I can't control what he does.
Okay.
I'm telling you what you cannot do.
Okay.
Okay? Don't have any contact with him. If you do have any contact with him while this case is pending, you can be charged with another crime.
Okay.
Understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $2,000 on this case, and I'll see you back to court on October 11th at 8:30 for this case, but you have court this afternoon in front of Judge Angelitis.
Okay. Thank you.
Name, Melvin. Can I have a date of birth?
5/5/1980.
You are here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner on August 20th. I found probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond until you appear back in front of him on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, so we'll see you back to court then. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office, and we'll see you back to court then.
Thank you.
Tammy Hoba. Can I have your date of birth?
9/6/61.
You are here today for a trespass. Your bond amount is $500. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Angelitis on September 9th. Is there a way for her to resolve it today?
Your Honor, the state does not have an offer at this time.
I don't have anything but my house key with me.
All right, I have an address here on Saber Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you lived there?
2 years.
Okay, do you have a job?
I have a disability case pending.
Okay. All right, so Cliff Barnes, he lives a couple houses down from you, or the next house over?
20 feet away.
20 feet away. Okay. All right, does she have any type of...
Not in state, Your Honor, and out of state. There's an adjudication for retail petty theft in 1981 and a retail petty theft in 1986. That's
Okay.
all I'm showing.
All right, Ms. Hoba, if you want to take care of your case today, I will go ahead and give you time served for the time that you have in jail. Do you want to take care of it today?
I'm not really sure how it all works because I've never been arrested. I have nothing but my key with me. Someone told me that if I don't pay for it, I have to stay in jail till the hearing.
Okay, well, listen to what I'm saying. Do you want to take care of your case today so you don't have to come back to court?
What does that mean?
That means you would plead to the trespass today. I would sentence you to 2 days in the jail, which you already have in, and you would be released today. Do you want to do that?
I didn't trespass.
Okay. All right, very good. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
All right. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep your bond the same at the $500, and we'll see you back to court on October 8th at 8 o'clock in the morning, okay? Why does it say 8 o'clock? It says 9 o'clock. Amanda Elders. Can I have your date of birth?
10/5/89.
Okay. You are here today because you failed to appear in front of Judge Hitzman on January 30th for criminal mischief. Your bond amount is $5,000. There's probable cause for your arrest. Is there a plea offer on her state?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm showing an adjudication, credit time served, fines, court cost of prosecution, and I'm showing restitution is 0.
Okay. All right. Do you want to take care of your case today, Ms. Elgers?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking care of this case today, you're giving up right to go to trial?
Yes, I do.
Giving up right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to this criminal mischief in 2018 MM 2316, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
Yes.
Accept your plea of no contest. I find this freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty sentence you to 2 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of just under $600 that you need to pay, as well as the cost of incarceration for the time that you have in the jail. If you want to make payment arrangements for that, you just got to make your way down to the clerk of court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Brianna Canty. Can I have your date of birth?
11/27/99.
Okay, you were here today for a domestic battery charge. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll point the public defender's office. State.
Showing an action was dropped for no motor vehicle registration 2018 out of Hernando. Withhold no motor vehicle registration 2018 out of Pasco. A drop driving while license suspended 2017 out of Hernando. Withhold driving while license suspended 2016 out of Hernando. And delinquency in 2014 for battery and disorderly conduct. Looks like she got PTI.
Okay. I have an address for you on Keysville Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
My whole life.
Do you have a job?
Yeah.
What kind of work do you do?
I do verifications for Nature Post publications.
Okay. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Michael Canty. That's your brother, right?
That's my father.
Your father, that's right. All right. Don't have any contact with him whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call him, write him, or email him. You can't go to where he's living right now. You have to stay 500 feet away from his house, his job, if he has a job, his school, if he goes to school, and his vehicle. No social media or technological contact with him whatsoever. You understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $500. So we need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case he needs to file some civil paperwork. And we'll see you back to court on October 8th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, thank you.
William Love. Can I have your date of birth?
October 1st, 1980.
Okay, you are here today for a sexual battery, lewd, lascivious, child molestation, and lewd and lascivious exhibition. Actually, there's 4 counts of the molestation, so it's 6 counts altogether. I found probable cause for your arrest on all 6 counts. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Drop battery, aggravated battery in 2014 in Hernando County, and then we move to the state of Wisconsin, where we have a misdemeanor conviction for theft in 2003, conviction for possession of THC in 2007, battery led down to a disorderly conduct in 2010. Dismissed disorderly conduct in 2012. Domestic battery in 2011. That was pled. Let's see. Not sure what happened to that, but there's a bail jumping in 2011 on the same case. 2 of those, 1 of those in 2012. There's a bail jumping in another bail jumping on the same 2011 case. There's a suffocation. It looks like that was dismissed. It looks like a Wisconsin version of a strangulation. Convicted of bail jumping in 2012 and convicted of disorderly conduct in 2012. That might all stem from the same case, judging from what it looks like. Then there is a conviction for theft in a business setting in 2013. And a computer crimes, 2 computer crimes convictions in 2013. And then he graced us with his presence in Florida and had no further crimes in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And he was found in
Okay.
Louisiana. So the state submits that he is a flight risk, and we're asking for a high bond and GPS.
Okay, the address on your probable cause affidavit is Delmar Ave in Morgan City, Louisiana. Do you have a local address?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that local address the only one where the victim lives?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what would be your local address if you were to bond out?
910 North Broad Street, Brooksville. And I think that's 34601.
Okay, have you actually lived there before?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when have you lived there?
The address in Louisiana was a temporary address with my mother. Well, this stuff was going on. It is my current address. I moved there within the last 6 months. Prior to that, I lived in Spring Hill for 2 years.
Okay. And do you have some type of employment?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Industrial electrician.
Okay. All right. Well, here we have a problem because we had 2 bail jumpings, and then we have the fact that after you were interviewed about the facts of this case, you fled to Louisiana and had to be extradited back down here to Florida to face these charges. So based on that, I'm going to set the bond on the sexual battery at $50,000. The lewd and lascivious child molestation charges are going to be $20,000 each, and lewd and lascivious exhibition will be $10,000. I've appointed you a public defender, and we'll see you back to court on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning. If you are able to bond out, you will have to pay for a GPS device to be placed on you. You cannot leave Hernando County or the state of Florida without permission of the court. You need to pay for that GPS device. You cannot go anywhere near the victim in your case, not within 1,000 feet of her residence, employment, or school, not within 500 feet of her vehicle. You will not have any unsupervised contact with any children under the age of 18. You will not go within 1,000 feet of any locations where children will congregate. And you will not have any telephone contact with the victim or any children under the age of 18. You'll have no email, text messaging, or any other technological contact with the victim in this case or anyone under the age of 18. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
What is my business, Your Honor, if I could be excused?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mark Conrad. Can I have your date of birth?
3/28/62.
All right, we're here today for a retail theft, another retail theft, and it looks like failure to appear in front of Judge Toner on a grand theft and resisting a merchant. Your bonds on this Judge Toner cases are $6,000. Do you want the public defender to represent you on all of these cases?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender in each case. You have an address here on Miguel Place in Port Richey. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
20 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what kind of work do you do, sir?
Auto sales.
All right. All right, I'll go ahead and keep the bonds the same on each of these cases, and we'll see you back for October 8th at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Ryan Dean. Can I have your date of birth?
12/31/75.
Okay, you are pretty much just here so I can advise you that Judge Toner has recommitted you on all of your felony cases that you have in front of him because there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime. So in case numbers 2019 CF 129, 2183, 1182, 1390, 1494, 1495, and 1496, your bonds on all of those cases are revoked. You'll be held in custody until you resolve those cases. Do you have the public defender already?
I'm not sure they had a conflict of interest in.
Okay, you have regional counsel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
I'm not sure who it is.
Okay, is this case already set for a court date?
I'm showing that Judge Toner has 10-7.
Well, I know that's for his arraignment date, but this is already pending cases. When is it set for? Do you know when your next court date is, Mr. Dean?
September 11th.
Well, that was yesterday.
Okay.
Did you have court yesterday in front of Judge Toner?
I went to court on Monday, the 9th.
Okay. Do you know when your next court date is?
No.
All right.
I'm just showing.
Because then when I went to court on the 9th, they arrested me on. I'm not even sure why they arrested me. Or full.
Okay. me just make sure we're putting you on the right court date, okay?
Your Honor, I show 10/7.
10/7 is the next court date? Okay. All right, see you back on 10/7 at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
She went to get robbed.
Benjamin Lehman? Can I have your date of birth?
7/23/98.
All right, you are here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner on August 21st, so there's probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond until you appear back in front of him on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? So we're going to see you back to court then. And do you already have a public defender? Do you want a public defender?
I already have one.
Okay, go ahead. We'll make sure they're on your case, and we'll see you back to court October 11th, okay? Emmanuel Padilla? Can I have your date of birth?
11/13/92.
Okay, you are here today for a violation of probation. Found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. You're going to be held no bond until you appear back in front of Judge Toner on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
All right.
All right. David Flegger? Can I have your date of birth?
12/10/95.
You are here today for a violation of probation. It looks like you were placed on probation for possession of cannabis, and the violation of probation warrant was signed on September 4th, 2018. At that time, probation was recommending 30 days in order to resolve your case. Do you want to go ahead and take care of that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up right to have a hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up right to confront witnesses at that hearing, call your own witnesses at that hearing, and you're giving up right to have the state prove that you violated your probation. Do you want to give up all of those
Yes.
rights in order to take care of this today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to the violation of probation on the possession of cannabis in 2017, MM1268, do you admit that you violated?
Yes.
I accept your admission. I find it's freely and voluntarily given. I revoke and terminate your probation. Sentence you to 30 days in the Hernando County Jail. How long have you been in jail?
2 days.
Give you credit for the 3 days that you have in. You will have cost of prosecution and the cost of incarceration assessed against you. And that should do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
William Quillen,
Yes, ma'am.
can I have your date of birth?
39/72.
You are here today for possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia. Your total bond is $4,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Appoint the public defender's office. State.
Showing an adjudication for failure to redeliver hired vehicle from August of this year in a Hernando. Adjudication for controlled substance without prescription, multiple counts. Possession of cannabis and paraphernalia, 2018 out of Pasco. Adjudication for sexual predator violation, failure to change renewal information on the driver's license, 2018 out of Pasco. Adjudication, failure to change renewal information on driver's license within 48 hours, also 2017 out of Pasco. Adjudication battery on person 65 years of age or older, 2016 out of Pasco. Withhold for violation of non-resident requirements, 2012 out of Pinellas. Adjudication for obstruction out of Pinellas in 2011. Adjudication for failure to appear in 2000 out of Pinellas. Adjudication for unlawful sexual activity with a minor in 1999 out of Pinellas. Adjudication for resisting an officer without violence, 1994 out of Pasco. Adjudication for molestation, 1993 out of Pasco. Adjudication grand theft, 1993 out of Pasco. He is showing as a multi-source offender, but I was not provided the multi-source out-of-state history on him.
Okay. All right, so I have an address here on White Walnut Street in Hudson. Is that where you live right now?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, how long have you lived there?
About 3 weeks.
Okay. How long have you resided in Pasco County?
All my life.
All right. And do you have a job?
Self-employed.
And what kind of work do you do?
Importing exotic animals.
Okay. You're gonna set your bonds at 4,000, 2,000, and 2,000. We'll see you back to court on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Toner, okay?
What's the bond amount?
8,000.
Total 8,000.
Yes, sir.
We could do it.
Thanks.
And I'm sorry, was the public defender appointed?
Yes.
Thank you.
Derek Schooley. Can I have your date of birth?
12/11/1986.
All right, you are here today for a domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
All right, state.
I'm showing 4 cases of burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed were recently dropped in August out of Hernando. Adjudication for resisting without violence from September 5th out of Hernando. Adjudication for grand theft 2007 out of Hernando. Adjudication controlled substance and medicinal drug without prescription 2017 out of Hernando. Adjudication trespass and loitering and prowling 2016 out of Hernando. Adjudication petty theft 2015 out of Hernando. Adjudication petty theft 2015 out of Pasco. Adjudication controlled substance, battery, and resisting without violence 2014 out of Hernando. Adjudication burglary of a conveyance 2012 out of Hernando. Again in 2011 there are multiple cases of burglary dropped. Adjudication grand theft, defrauding a pawnbroker, and dealing in stolen property 2010 out of Hernando. Adjudication obtaining or attempting to obtain controlled substance by fraud 2010 out of Pinellas. 2 cases of that, Your Honor. Adjudication burglary of a conveyance 2008 out of Hernando. Petty theft, resisting merchant, adjudication 2017 out of Hernando. Adjudication controlled substance and cannabis out of Hernando 2008. Driving when license suspended 2007, adjudication out of Hernando. Adjudication controlled substance and paraphernalia 2007, also out of Hernando. Withhold of adjudication, possession of alcohol by a person under the age of 21 out of Hernando. And I'm showing delinquency cases of petty theft and paraphernalia. And it looks like weapon on school grounds in the 90s, late 90s.
Late 90s. I was born in 86.
That's what it says here, 1999. 90.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Mr. Schooley, I have an address for you on Holiday Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that also where Deja and your mom live?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have someplace else you can go?
No, but I'll figure it out.
Okay, well, you can't go back there because I'm going to order that you have no contact with Deja whatsoever. You cannot go within 500 feet of her residence or wherever she may work, go to school, or 500 feet of her vehicle. No text messaging, social media, or technological contact with her whatsoever. If you do any of that, then you'll be committing a new crime and you could be rearrested and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Deja wants to file any civil paperwork against you. I'm going to set your bond at $10,000, and we're going to see you back to court on October 8th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
You said 10,000.
Yes, sir.
Wow. All right. Is it possible we could resolve this today for time wise? To get it over with.
Not today.
All right.
Okay. Jonathan Sizemore. Can I have your date of birth?
6/1983.
You are here today for providing a false name to law enforcement. Your bond amount is currently $2,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
You are what?
Do you want the public defender?
Yeah.
Okay. State.
Showing an action is currently open from March of this year in Pasco County for burglary, unoccupied structure unarmed, and grand theft. showing an action was dropped in 2015 for battery out of Pasco. That's all I'm showing, and I wasn't actually provided history, so I'm not aware if he's got out-of-state history or not.
Okay. All right, sir, I have an address for you on Island Breeze Way in Temple Terrace. Is that where you live?
No.
Okay, where do you live?
Homeless right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Homeless right
Okay.
now.
Okay. Do you have any type of employment?
Not at the moment.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep your bond at $2,000, but I can't let you bond out until you sign your agreement to appear. On the bottom of the piece of paper that the jail has given to you, it indicates that you have refused to sign it. So even if you're able to come up with the $2,000, you will not be able to get out of jail unless you sign that agreement to appear for your court date on October 8th at 9 o'clock, okay? John Woods. Can I have your date of birth?
11/22/61.
You were here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Are you going to hire a private counsel?
My children are working on it right now. I don't know the name yet.
Okay, I'll just put down that you're going to hire a private attorney.
That's fine.
Okay. State.
I'm not showing any other in-state history, and I'm showing an adjudication for disorderly conduct in 1980 and adjudication in 1985 for DUI out of state.
I have an address for you on Cressida Circle in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Correct.
How long have you lived there?
25 years.
Okay. Do you have any type of employment?
I'm retired.
Okay. All right, I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Ms. Woods wants to file any civil paperwork against you. We need to know where to serve you. And I'm also going to order that you have no contact with her whatsoever. So don't have any contact with Barbara Woods. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of her residence, where she works, go to school, or within 500 feet of her vehicle. Do not have any text messaging, social media, or any other technological contact with her whatsoever. If you do, then you can be arrested for another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000, and we're going to see you back to court on October 8th at 9 a.m. Did I get everybody?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you.